What's up, terabytes? I'm Tara with Tara Simon Studios, and it is day 2 of me reacting to me singing I Will Always Love You. For those of you guys who have missed the first 2 days, I performed it in full on day 1. I reacted to half of it on day 2, and this is day 3, which is the second part of my I Will Always Love You performance that I sang 7 times in one day, starting at 7 a.m., ending around 6:30 p.m. in the original key. Not even sure Whitney did that. She's bomb, but I am so glad that I got through this day. I felt like I had just conquered a mountain after the last performance of this was over. So I am gonna start right after the sax finishes. I'm gonna start on I Hope Life Treats You Kind. Not much of a little introduction there. It's just gonna go right into it so that we can get to the nuts and bolts of the video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys got a lot out of this. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, click that little notifications button and the like button. Let's get to it. Here we go. Okay, now that's a big part, and I'm like nervous for me right now. I'm like, so joy, right? It's a O-Y, but there's no way to get that out really well and very healthfully with an O. So I changed the vowel to ja, ja-I, okay, jai, instead of joy. No one noticed the difference. You still heard the word joy, and I also used my body to help me get up there because it's kind of like a rip the Band-Aid off sort of note. And I wish you joy. It's got to be forward. It's got to be out there. If I did, and I wish you joy, you can feel the throatiness. You can even hear it. There's no freedom there. There's no soaring of the note, right? Joy! It's just so, sorry if you guys who are listening through headphones. It's just so much more in my nose and out my teeth, and it doesn't cost me anything here. I don't feel it here at all. It's much freer, and I needed to use my body also as well as my mouth to get over that hump of that note. We'll back it up real quick so you can see exactly what I was talking about. But it's a little bit of a scary part, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, here it comes. I'm like, oh, glad the part's over. And this part, I'm like, okay, girl, this is where it all is on the floor here. For all the bananas. Okay, so let me talk to you about the leg, okay? You saw my little leg go pa, and yeah, because I had to get my whole body in it. There was something to me about like standing my ground for that note because there's a long pause. There's this love. Wait, 3, here it comes. There's all this anticipation of it, right? And I just had to get my mind right in that moment and be like, nope, you own this part. Singing is 90% mental, guys, 10% talent. And what you saw me physically do there is own that thought in my mind. Like, look, just because I say it doesn't mean I don't need reminding of it myself. And I had to really like teach myself in that moment, like, Tara, practice what you preach, 90% mental, you've got this, pounce on that note like a lioness pounces on her prey, get that leg in the game, get yourself grounded, and get this note out. This is all about space and technique and mental fortitude, okay? And this whole section right here that's coming up, it's all about stamina. This is about vocal stamina. It's also about what you've done up until this point and what vocal dollars you're left with as a result of what you've done up until this point, which is why I broke down how careful I had been and how it's a marathon and not a sprint and what I was doing to kind of save my vocal dollars and what I was thinking of, because right here, this song is designed to tattle on you, okay? This is a tattletale song, is what I call it, okay? And there are quite a few tattletale songs. This is probably one of the most iconic ones. Another one is Titanic, My Heart Will Go On. But this is a tattletale song in that if you have not been wise vocally, this is where you're gonna fall apart. And this is where, you know, it separates the women from the girls, so to speak. And so I hope that you think that I was the woman and not the girl, but regardless of your opinion, in my vocal delivery here and my vocal health, what I was feeling, I knew when I went to hit that note that I was gonna be able to get through the rest of the section of the song. I've always known when I hit that note how the rest of it's gonna be. And if you're a singer, you kind of know what I'm talking about, right? Like there's this moment in the song where you're like, if I get this, like I'm good, right? And this was that moment for me. Doesn't mean that I can relax and not still work hard at my technique and my focus and the things that I'm telling myself in my mind as I'm singing. But if that note's good, like I like my chances. Okay, so let's back it up and let's listen to this. Let's listen to this modulation. That's hard to hold on to right there. Big breath. Poise. Praying for your life. What was that? Okay, so like I said, true to form, I've always gotta, you know, put my own little spin on things. Some of you may think that's so sacrilegious. I can't believe she changed a Whitney song. I get it. I know. I understand. You may feel that way. But think about it this way. Up until now, and the song is almost over, I was pretty true, right? Like I really didn't change much at all. But this was my moment to be me and to be authentic to who I am. And I do love whistle tone. I do love going super high. And to be honest with you, this is the kind of like my vocal secret. I can't believe I'm like blowing this up on blast right now. But my vocal secret is sometimes, especially after belting that much, it's easier vocally for me to go higher than it would be to come off of that head voice again and come back down into a full chest. So technically speaking, for me, going up way higher like this was a vocal break. Like it was a vocal rest for me. And to most people listening, it was more vocally impressive. So it was kind of like a win-win choice that I made. Because if I had to go down again from that head to chest, I know my voice and I know I would have been able to do it, but it would have cost me so much more. And it wouldn't have even given me anything different. I would have been singing the same notes a third time again instead of just changing it and pivoting it a little bit. So it made it my own. I think it made it more vocally impressive. And bonus, it gave me a little vocal rest. So we'll listen to that little whistle part again, just because I know it's not what you guys are used to hearing. Hopefully you liked it. At the end there, the breath control and the rationing is huge because you've just come off of a huge benchmark of high notes and your heart rate is up. I'm kind of sweating by this time. I'm praying for just to get off the stinking stage at this point. Like, is it over? Let me get off the stage. I'm done right now. But then you have to take these cleansing breaths. You have to lower that heart rate. Just recenter yourself and make sure that you are still, your head is still in the game of the rest of the song. And I will say this, when you go so high, so long, going, always, that seems like a really not a low note right now. I could go ways. But that time on the stage, after I've sung the whole song, and this by this time 4 times so far that day, and I had just finished the high part again, going always is hard. It's hard to get down there. So I literally conducted myself down there. You saw my hand, and I dropped the jaw, and I thought up high, ways, and I started straight tone because that helps center your pitch. And once you've locked into that pitch, you can then relax your voice into allowing some vibrato. So listen to that again on your own if you're like struggling with getting to lows after you've sung high for a while. And then at the end, I was just thinking, okay, it's a huge deep breath. I am rationing off my breath as much as I possibly can to nicely, without feeling like I'm running out of breath, hold those arpeggiations up. You never want to feel like your voice is ending before the music. And so I wanted to feel, for the audience, I wanted them to think like, okay, she could keep going if she wanted to, but the music's ending, and so graciously she's going to stop her voice too on time. That's kind of like the message you want to give at the end, not I'm dying, I'm gonna end, and then the music ends, right? So I have to say, this song made me want to pee my pants, but I was really proud of myself for being able to get through it, especially 7 times. Like I said, I mean, that was just mean of the worst leader to ask me. And by the way, we don't always sing like Whitney Houston in church, guys, but there was this series called At the Movies in October, and it's just something that they do. They do covers of big songs, and this was one of the bigger songs in The Bodyguard. So if you were wondering why is she singing I Will Always Love You in church, it's not an everyday thing. It was kind of like a special occasion kind of deal. And I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be able to do that, because it really challenged me. I hadn't sung I Will Always Love You live, and never that many times, but I haven't sung it live in years. I've taught a lot of people to sing it great, but I haven't done it myself, and it really, it made me brush off the old vocal cords of steel for that day, for sure. So let me know what you thought about the performance, guys. If you liked it, if you loved it, if you didn't, I hope you didn't, but let me know your honest opinion of it in the comments box below. Let me know if my breaking down and analyzing my own voice helped you in any way. I certainly hope it did. I love you guys so much. I'm so proud of you for loving yourself and being on this vocal journey with me and being a part of my channel. You're part of my family. Make sure that you spread faith, not fear, love, not germs, be a blessing in a stranger's life, because that is how we change the world. And with that, guys, mwah, I'll see you on the next one. I'm hanging outside of